Okay, so I was browsing the internet and I was on Reddit and came across a post about Gen Z drinking less, and people don't really know why. And I've seen this, like my nieces and nephews, nobody parties, they don't drink. And I was drinking by the time I was, I don't know, in my freaking 12, 13. I was busting them back, never stopped. Until this year, I took a break as for my New Year's resolution, because man, I was freaking drinking like crazy. And I worked the bar industry for like a long time, and the customers that came to the bars were not young people; they were all old. That didn't matter what bar I was working at. The majority of people who would come into the bar were, I would say, the youngest, maybe in their 26-ish, but most people were older. A lot older actually. We would get a really old crowd. And I noticed that, yeah, that's a thing that the new generation. I don't know what Gen Z, what age group that is, but I noticed young people don't drink, and I think it's part of the culture, and part of the culture related to work, because I always think the harder you work, like physically demanding work, where you're just I don't know, like if you're work construction and you're just freaking sore from moving up and down ladders and being on a roof or something. When you get off work, you just want a nice cold one to ease the freaking muscle pain. It's almost like a medicine. And I equate less drinking alcohol to less hard work. That work nowadays has become less hard on our bodies. You got more and more jobs that are behind a computer desk, like this YouTube. And even in construction jobs, you have machines now that do a lot of the heavy lifting. Like I work on the waterfront as a longshoreman. People don't bust their ass like they used to. I hear the old timers talk shit about the youngsters, like, oh, back in my day, we used to move those sacks by hand and this and that. And nowadays, it's all forklifts and cranes. It's all machines. You're not really putting a toll on your body. And I think that just equates to less drinking, because again, when you get off, you're not in all that pain that you're like, ah, man, I need something to just help me sleep. I don't know. That's what I think. Let me see what this video has to say.
It's a social habit people have taken part for generations, but we may be seeing more glasses empty.
Just not appealing to me.
I don't know, I don't drink.
I don't drink because of religious reasons.
Recent studies show alcohol consumption with Generation Z is trending downwards. A report from Berenberg Research shows that Gen Z drinks 20% less per capita than millennials. Millennials also drinking less than Gen Xers and baby boomers. A separate report from us.
See, I think that the trend keeps going down and down, because this is Australia, but still. Like, if you look back in the day, people were drinking, but also back in the day, they were busting their ass. I mean, they were really working. There wasn't all these heavy machines and stuff helping out, and computer jobs and desk jobs. I mean, computers weren't even out, really, or weren't, I don't know, that popular. So I think that's part of the reason. It's man, you just want that cold one to ease the pain away.
Australia's University of New South Wales also backs up the trend worldwide, finding 44% of those aged 18 to 24 drinking less than older generations.
I feel like they're just not really as interested, maybe.
And I also think people just want to live a healthier lifestyle in general and might not be drinking as much.
There's been a lot more studies, obviously, now than there were before about the side effects of alcohol, drugs.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Dominique Marizano specializes in harm reduction and meets with many clients in that age range.
About 5 years ago, World Health Organization came out with some Well, with the reality basically that no amount of drinking is healthy.
She believes young people have become more health conscious and have shifted.
I have shifted to this though. I was just stop drinking, but not the smoking though. I've been doing the drinking kind, the edibles. Man, I'll tell you though, it does cure like muscle pain too, but the side effects ain't as bad as alcohol. Like I don't get the hangover and all that, and that addiction. Like I can have a couple of THC drinks, and I'll be good for I don't know a couple months. And I'm thinking I might do one today because my freaking legs hurt, my legs and my lower back. But yeah, this might also have a little bit to do with it.
To less harmful substances.
Recently, with the rise of psychedelic therapies and discussions on psychedelics, I think there's a lot of curiosity among young people about mushrooms, about LSD, about like different psychedelics that are out there.
And with the legalization of marijuana combined with the constant hike of inflation.
And I think that also a lot of people my age have turned to that instead of drinking.
A 6-pack, for example.
You know that chick smokes.
It's like $15 when you could get the same price for a marijuana e-cigarette.
Money has been an issue, inflation has been an issue, and alcohol is expensive.
Oh, yeah,
and
it is.
especially in Canada, young people just don't have it's hard to afford it right now.
A dilemma that could leave the alcohol industry dry. Cabby Malik-Theron, Global.
Yeah, money probably plays an issue too, and other substances being legalized. But I'm thinking this has to do with work. Work's not as hard, so you don't need to relieve yourself with a refreshing drink like we used to need to. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Let me know.